I had a great conversation with Brad about XRP, and it'd be a lot of fun to do something there. So Lace is going to support XRP before the end of the year. I'd love to do a joint event with some of the people on that side of the aisle.
You guys, XRP definitely has the potential to break all-time highs again. And I want to go over that in today's video. So make sure you're subscribed. You're not missing out on the crypto updates because the market is not going to stop moving. And there's always fresh opportunity to make money within the market, which is why we do this, which is why we trade. So let's get right into it today. We'll pull up an article and kind of go over why it is in a bull flag pattern. And you guys, these patterns are what allow you to make good gains and in some cases even life-changing money. And you can already kind of just see that directly from the bigger time frame of XRP, right? You guys, this is the most up-to-date data on these charts because I like to do it every day, multiple times a day. On my calendar, I'm actually checking the charts about 4 times a day to update the supports, resistance, and the fibs because the charts don't stop moving. And I want to always capitalize and make as much money as I can in the market as fast as possible, right? It's everyone's goal. It's very much doable as long as you're consistent. So if we can look at my XRP chart here, this is the 12-hour time frame. What we can see right off the bat is that this is our biggest resistance, right? So right now we need to get past $3.63 to beat that resistance, right? But as you can see on very, very different facets, we see a same bull flag pattern, right? We see it happening here in this smaller nudge, right? And in this smaller nudge, it is roughly a 25-day nudge, right? And that window is 23% roughly. And then on the bigger end of it, yes, we still have this form, but we can definitely use this as its next biggest support. So when we use those numbers here, we're going to go from here. We need this. Too many indicator. There we go. And this format is roughly 65 days. And it's about 87% window, which is huge, right? That's the power of crypto, you guys. That's how you can make so much money in crypto from being able to day trade, swing trade it, or even just long-term invest into it. But that is what we see. We see 2 form bull patterns, right? And in the records of the article, it makes a lot of sense to understand the support is still sitting at around $2.89. And you guys, that's even a psychological number, right? That's why, because look, we're going to zoom in now into the time frame. We're now in the 10-minute time frame. And as you guys can see down here, we fully bounced off of that, and this became its new support area. It came back, hit the 289 here, which, look, this green box is high support or sell zones. And these are what I try to call supply and demand. And these are manually drawn. A lot of times it's actually better to manually draw over even the indicators. So that's what these are for. And they tend to be followed through. Yes, it did break through, but then it used this as its support. And from there on out, look at this, you guys. We had 8% gain in 8 hours. If you're using leverage and you're using 100x, for example, that is an 8.4 times on your margin. If your margin's $100, you made $800. If you use 50x, it's just half of that. If you use 25x, it's a quarter of that. So you just want to think about the math and the margin to your advantage. That is actually why I do trade on BTCC. So it just depends on your trading style, but that's why I try to use leverage to my advantage. The best way is to use leverage to your advantage. I do have the BTCC link below. You guys can use that to your advantage. There is a 10% deposit bonus, but when we are thinking about XRP, right, the question is, what is the next move and how can you capitalize on the market? Are we going short? Are we going long? Where are we at? And right now, what you can easily see is we have this as its current resistance, and realistically, this did hit. I understand it's not exact, but you guys, it's trading, so it's an area, and they do not allow us to make these, what are they called? These horizontal rays, or these, these rays. They don't allow you to make the rays in the channels. I tried. So this did hit that channel, right? And we were able to get another 3% drop in under 1 full day. And then from there on, we've had a double and now a triple top. So it's really showing us that right now we are limited beyond the $3, right? We are stuck in this $3 area, and XRP has to surpass that. And XRP has to break this resistance basically for us to even have the opportunity to get back to all-time highs, because this is the first layer that it needs to get through. Once we are past that layer in a bigger time frame, our next one is going to be up here, right? That's our next liquidity pocket where there was a lot of sell orders happening that consistently brought the price down. There's a lot of sellers sitting up here, and you can see that here. All taps, right? You just want to find the patterns that continuously happen within the chart and just use them to your advantage, right? That's like the best way to trade it. Like right now, I'm actually trading Doge today, and we're in a short because it had now hit this liquidity pocket again. And we're waiting to see if this is basically its current trend for the day. And if this is the case, the goal is to find as many shorts as possible, because even then, if we get to the bigger time frame, right, we zoom all the way out, you guys, we can still see that we are on a downtrend. Yes, we've stopped here, but I can realistically draw a ray from right here to right here, and that is showing me this could be our entire day, right? The entire day is bearish like this. We want to be finding shorts and seeing if we can get back down to here, or we can get even back down to here, because that's still a great percentage on the day. 5% on 100x is 5 times the margin. I use a little bit higher leverage with way lower margin, so I'll use maybe 500x on these smaller plays, right? 10, 20, 50, $100 in margin, and literally a 5x is a 25x on the margin. So if I catch this 5% today on XRP or Doge, it's going to easily give me a 25x on the margin today, right? So that's the best way to use leverage to your advantage. And then on top of that, try to use the charts that give you the long-term picture and then bring it down. And that's kind of the goal with what's happening with XRP right now. We need to see, as long as we can break this, how soon will it take to get up to here? We can assume that BTC right now is still in its downtrend. And you can see it is way clearer in a downtrend than any other asset. And the worst part is it does control the market, right? Right now, this is what we're sitting at. We could even, you guys check this out. Look at this parallel channel. Right, so BTC is strictly just going to be following this, and as long as it continues on this, we're gonna wanting to be find shorts everywhere. We can get some longs. We will get some good moves. Like look at this Solana long in 20 hours, 10%. Yes, but regardless, look at how big that drop was. And if you also think about it, the market moves a lot faster down, and it takes its time to move up. Right, it really does that in meme coins. But you guys, I do want to shout out Simple AI. I've been so proud of how fast they're coming. And you guys, they're killing it on CoinMarketCap. They're killing it on Dex tools here. Like literally, we're up what? 33% in the last 6 days, right? And it is at a good enough market cap where this is one of those meme coins that I do think has the potential to maybe 10, 20, or maybe even 50x from here, specifically because it is combining AI in the meme coin world, right? Anything with AI attached to a good business model has a way higher probability. Check out their website. I'll put the contract address link below. You guys can totally go check them out, see what you think about them. Let me know what you think, but I really do want to shout them out because all the work they've been putting out, and I'm waiting to see how far this bad boy can make it. We get another 100% up, we're going to be all-time highs again, and that's super, super doable with this much market cap. You guys, liquidity is 680K, right? We're still at 1,100 holders, which is good, but liquidity is at 680K. So it's totally doable for this thing to 10, 20, 30x from here, especially in the meme coin world. So definitely be taking a look at that. I'll leave the link below, like I said. And one more thing, if you are adamant about trading and you love day trading, you know, best advice I've got for you, pull up the charts like this. All right, you guys, we talked about it in the school, but you literally just pull up the charts like this and start watching them. Have a window dedicated to your charts. You want to be a trader, have a window dedicated to charts, right? And then leave them open all day. And throughout the day, you can literally put in little like fake test trades like this and watch them, right? And say, okay, this is my stop loss. This is my take profit. Here's my reasoning for entering. And then I follow through with it, right? That's my best recommendation. You always want to be testing. That's your best way. And luckily in trading, it's the only business that you can easily do that. All right. I hope this video helped. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like the video if it was beneficial to you. Watch out, because we're going to get some bear traps and some bull traps this week. But this is good, because in all of those movements, you can easily find a way to capitalize if you stick to your plans and stick to your strategies. I'll see you guys on the next video.